Don't be like that. I still need at least 2 more customers today. Looking for...
버스다.
Adeptus Fyodor. Either in prison or in the House of Pleasure.
Ad primo. This is currently the last place the executive would allow themselves to be seen. Ad secundo, I am drawn here by purely intellectual temptations. I have discovered an extremely rare phenomenon of demonic provenance.
Time for that later. First, I need your help.
An analysis of your astral power? That may be of burning interest to you, young man, but consider the effort, time, temporal impensation.
It's a mystery.
Interesting.
Come on, get
Let's
me and my
hear.
sister together. She's already
Pluck the
told me.
root that doth arise from drops of vilest nightmare and convulsion, most pernicious.
Radix appears Agrimothian narco-fictional in origin, humid hypnotic cohesion with aspects of spasmodic contraction, invocation ingredient possibly substitutable. Sounds like simple mandrake, or with a bit of interpretation according to my newest discovery, the dwelling of a creature from the nether hells, one of Thargunitoth's brood. This tree.
You spoke of mandrake.
A magical plant, extremely useful for alchemical procedures. A humus elemental, actually, but in this case probably demonically perverted. This subject combines influences from Agrimoth, the corrupter of elements, and Thargunitoth, mistress of nightmares. Most unusual.
And how does a mandrake grow?
Mandrakes are usually
on, get
found
me and
under
my sister
gallows.
together.
Their
She's
conditions
already
are
told me.
ideal. At the moment of hanging, the man... well, fertilizer, if you will. Rather lends the term Mother Earth a whole new meaning, wouldn't you say?
If only I hadn't asked. Right, we chop down the tree and I'll take the roots.
Not so fast. The ladies who offer themselves in the thorned rose like to lay their children to sleep under this tree.
Under a demonic tree.
They have to go about their daily work. Screaming children would scare off the customers. While Perel gives the whores enough to eat, their children still go hungry. They simply have too much work and can rarely leave the thorned rose.
The children sleep soundly under a tree controlled by the archdemon of nightmares.
Don't be like
they're
that. I still
outwardly
need at least 2
quiet.
more
The
customers
fact
today.
that they're actually tormented by horrible nightmares is the other side of the coin. Before we chop this tree down, we should first argue at length about the pros and cons.
You're not serious. I don't want to chop the tree down, I just want a root.
This is a veritable ethical dilemma. I am not willing to ignore this factor.
Get out of my way or I will smack you.
Oh yes, smite the defenseless unarmed scholar. A true challenge for a minuscule mind. But I made acquaintance enough with violence in prison. You will have to cut my throat if you want to get past me.
Or argue with you?
Or argue with me.
Don't be like that. I still need at least 2
back.
more customers today.
아씨, 어디야.
Back.
여기야?
We are facing a serious moral decision.
42.
What? Does this relate to our discussion?
It is an answer, isn't it?
Get back to the topic.
Too bad people don't like the easy answers.
So then, should the children suffer nightmares and be well fed, or should they sleep soundly and drive off their mother's clients with their cries?
How do we know that the tree does not already have us under its spell? Maybe we're only dreaming this discussion.
It's simple. Thargunitoth would send us a nightmare, not an ordinary dream such as this discussion.
Exactly. A nightmare.
Forgive me, but I have the impression that you find this discussion unpleasant.
We are wasting our lives here with senseless chatter.
I'm afraid I can't quite follow you.
You seem somewhat out of sorts. Luckily, there's a brothel not far from here.
How is that supposed to help me?
The best cure for confusion. Brings a man back down to earth.
Indeed.
A trick to
You wouldn't mind waiting here a moment, would you?
Take your time.
And a smile upon regarding our dispute. What have you...
Thank you, I have everything I need. And I didn't even have to chop down the tree.
I was outwitted! Outwitted like a...
Half-wit?
now.
unbelievable!
Strapping lad from the refugee camp. One shadow too sweet.
Ah, that...
새끼다, 나 무적이야, 지금. 무적 파워레인저. 무적 파워레인저. 자식 까불고 있네.
You should put your money pouch in your shirt. No need to make it easy.
잘 되는데. 따라라란딴딴. 어디야? 저기로 가야 되고.
Last night the guards had it out with the cartel and fled.
I have the roots.
Very good. We're close, Chiron. Here, the third ingredient's description. Look at it. A dram of those humours which doth nourish the demonic majesty. Its bearer is rooted most firmly in the earth.